There was a time when rock music belonged to the young. Now you can hardly move for ancient musicians, wiggling their wrinkles and shaking arthritic knees. It's not just the Rolling Stones world tour, but the Police, who by comparison are almost children, have reformed. And now comes news that Led Zeppelin, thought by many to be the greatest band of all time, are reforming for a special concert at what was once called the Millennium Dome. I suppose there's nowhere much to go after Rolf Harris has done a cover version of Your Greatest Track. Peter Marshall reports.
As it was, so it will be. This was back in the day, Nebworth 79, heavy. But lo, the gods are to come down from the pantheon and rock among us once more, only not today. For the moment, we have to make do with a ropey press conference and the corporeal presence of Led Zeppelin's representative on Earth, their promoter, Harvey Goldsmith.
Yeah, it's extraordinary. I'm still shocked that they have agreed to do it. And originally I said to them, would you do 30 or 40 minutes? And I'm sure you could kind of get yourselves together to do that. And what's happened since is they've started rehearsing just to see if they could work together again. And they're going to do a full show.
But we have to wait until November. Armageddon could come first. But then through a doorway, salvation. It's Newsnight's world-exclusive glimpse of Letz Zep. OK, Letz Zep aren't Led Zeppelin, but they are very good. As perhaps the best of hundreds of tribute bands, they're filling a gap that's gaped since the split of 27 years ago. This reincarnation of Bonzo Bonham's a plaster of our day. John Paul Jones programs computers, Robert Plant packs fine art, and Jimmy Page is a composer. Letz Zep love Led Zep. Your favourite band?
Definitely, yeah. Favourite drummer for sure, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Because?
Well, he's just the man, isn't he? You know, no one was playing the drums like he did at the time, and it's just been a great experience, you know, learning stuff.
What about Jimmy Page?
As a guitar player, I mean, as a hero, yeah, definitely. I mean, just the thinking, the sounds, all that kind of stuff was just growing up and listening to that stuff and going, how do you do that? It was just amazing.
But what do Led Zeppelin mean? What's their cultural significance? Are they the accursed progenitors of heavy metal, or are they musical virtuosos and geniuses of the blues? For the answers, we went to the rock and metal magazine Kerrang! It could be argued without Led Zeppelin there wouldn't be any Kerrang!
Yeah, certainly I think that'd be a fair point. I think all the bands would acknowledge their debt to them, and along with Black Sabbath, they were the originators, and they basically laid the template for how a rock band should be in look, in sound, and in bad behaviour too.
They're to blame.
Well, they're slightly to blame. They're certainly to blame for the appalling behaviour, because of course before Led Zeppelin no one ever misbehaved or drank or anything, but I mean, outside the world of metal, Led Zeppelin were a bit more unusual. They didn't just play loud guitars. They had bits of folk, bits of soul, bits of hippie music. They were a very varied band, as constantly Robert Plant likes to remind us how different they were to the likes of Iron Maiden and Judas Priest.
Of course they were really accomplished musicians.
They are very, very good musicians, and they have the kind of musical taste that makes people sick and frightened, because they are so wide-ranging and eclectic. It's not just rock with them.
But they did, you know, they certainly were aware of their own reputation, I think, and they certainly played up to it. I mean, Robert Plant standing on LA hotel balcony shouting, "I'm a golden god," must have an idea of his own ridiculousness at times.
The parodic rockumentary, if you will, Spinal Tap, borrows sometimes tastelessly from Led Zep's legend. Zeppelin's drummer, Bonzo, expired choking on his own vomit. Tap's drummer dies too.
The official explanation was he choked on vomit.
It was actually someone else's vomit.
The gods are mocked, but in their pomp, Led Zeppelin were extraordinary performers. This time round, Bonzo will be replaced by his son. The other three are back intact. No stairlift to heaven necessary.
I think they're still held in high regard. I mean, as David's pointing out, not many of our readers are going to be able to get tickets for that gig. It's going to be a real bun fight. And a lot of corporate hospitality, I imagine. But people will still be excited at the idea of them. You know, I mean, all our bands still refer to them. Someone like Dave Grohl was on our cover this week. He was originally mooted as the drummer for the reunion. And
he's from the Foo Fighters, of course.
That's right, yeah, and ex of Nirvana.
And Nirvana.
And you know, so those sort of bands, pretty much everybody you see on the wall behind you would acknowledge their debt to Zeppelin, and really would all be begging for tickets, I imagine.
Tonight, the concert ticket websites exploded due to demand. Now that's heavy.
Here tomorrow, but in the meantime, on the conviction that you can't have too much of a good thing, let's hear some more from that Led Zeppelin tribute band, Letz Zep. Good night.
Give you my love.